And Eric Johnson is the Vice President of Youth Development for STARS Nashville. You've got this program going, Move to Stand, for students to help recognize the harmful effects of bullying. I mean, it is a tremendous problem in the country, locally, everywhere with kids. Explain what this program does and how you really make an impact on these kids and get them to sit up and take notice.
Well, what we try to do is get all like minds bodies the same, to come to one event where we get all the kids who have been bullied and harassed, the leaders, the bystanders, and we take them to this really interactive, full-fledged day where there's a lot of fun, there's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of education mixed in with it as well. And so we want to train young people on what bullying looks like, simple strategies on how to support those kids who are getting bullied and harassed, and we really want them to use the motto, Move to Stand. Physically move to somebody and learn how to stand and support them in healthy ways.
How dangerous is bullying?
It's very dangerous, and I think it's more dangerous because of the unknown and because of the things that people don't know about bullying, harassment, and the harmful effects and what it does to a young person, how it isolates that person. It causes a person to be very depressed, missing school, feeling like no one cares about that person. And so our program, Move to Stand, gives kids an opportunity to express that in a healthy, safety environment where other kids can see that and be able to understand what that young person is going through.
If you're a parent, how do you know if your kids are being bullied? I've heard that a lot of kids really withdraw.
Yes.
And really become quiet. But maybe you have a child that is normally quiet, or those teenage years, they go to their room and they don't want to talk to you anyway. How do you know that bullying is going on? What are the signs?
Some of the signs are just, unexplained bruises, ripped clothes, unexplained sicknesses when they decide to skip school, grades, dropping in grades, attendance and behavior. And what I'd always tell parents is just ask the question. Simply ask that question, are you being bullied and harassed? Are you being mistreated at school? And continue to ask that question if you feel like something is going wrong. And we generally can tell when a kid has lost appetite and interest in sports and things like that. So just continue to ask the question.
Are the kids afraid to ask for help? A lot of times they're afraid that those kids are going to seek them out and do even worse things to them if they are tattletales, if they tell a teacher, a parent?
Yeah, a lot of times kids are really afraid to just speak up because of it's very humiliating to know that, you feel like you're the weaker one and you have to report that to someone. And so what we like to do is come in and encourage them to say, look, these are some healthy ways that you can really go get help.
Give me an example of a strategy that you would use.
One of the strategies that we use is making sure that we get the bystanders to understand the harmful effects of it so that they can go be an ally to that person. And so so one of the 6 strategies that we tell young people how you support someone who needs your support is speaking to them. And they tell us, don't speak to me by yourselves, but speak to me when you got your group with me, because that gives me value when you have a large group of people that's following you. The second way is just to give me a compliment. And so if we can empower that person who has been bullied and harassed to give them value, then they become less likely to be a target. And so it's really easy things that we can do. And what we always ask kids is that one of those 6 things can you do? Can you do one of those things every day to support someone? They're like, yeah. Can you invite someone to a social event? And that's not coming to your birthday party. That's inviting them to come eat lunch with you or come to a ball game. Something really simple. Can you send out a positive message on social media? Absolutely. And if you're afraid to do all those things, can you go tell a trusted adult? So there's some really simple strategies that young people can use so that they can support those kids who need it.
How do you change the behavior, though, of the bully? I would think that'd be the harder thing.
It's about creating empathy, and it's about being able to allow that bully to see and to walk in that person's shoes. And so with our training and with our programs, we get a chance to do that so that young people get an opportunity to see and feel what they're doing to someone else. And it's a really cool opportunity for young people to kind of like self-reflect and understand the harm that they're causing someone else. And on this particular day, in this particular training, they get an opportunity to repair relationships, repair harm that's been done over a course of years, months, or days. And it's a really cool transition to see those bullies be able to say, you know what, this is the harm that I've done. this is what I want to do moving forward.
This can really be life-changing, it sounds like.
I've been able to do this along with my colleagues for the last eight years, and we've been able to see the transition from young people from being unhealthy to being healthy to being leaders in the school to changing the school climate.
Tremendous. If a person, a parent or young person is watching this today and they're being affected by bullying, whether they're the victim or the person maybe that is doing the bullying, what should they do? Is there a contact person, contact information you could share?
Oh, absolutely. They can always contact us at STARS Nashville at 615-279-0058, or just go Google, how to stop bullying, and stop.gov, no bullying, stopgov.com. And there's a ton of different really cool websites that you can get additional information. Go to your schools and ask principals. Google any nonprofit agency in Middle Tennessee, and there's a lot of strategies and prevention activities available and information to give to parents.
Eric, bullying has always been around. Why do you think it's become such a hot button issue today? Is it because of social media? Does that have a lot to do with it?
Oh, it's all those things. It's the quick access to put a harmful act out there in cyber world, and within 15 seconds you got 200 kids being able to view something that's inappropriate. It's the ability to cause harm to someone when you're sitting at home in your pajamas, using Instagram, all those media outlets, Facebook, whatever. I don't even know all. I'm Snapchatting.
Yeah.
It's the quick access that we have to be able to make someone feel bad about themselves.
Eric Johnson, making a difference in a lot of kids' lives. Thank you so much for talking to us today. Move to Stand, STARS Nashville. Thank you very much, Eric.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, all right, nice to meet you. We'll be right back.